Welcome everyone to Impressions 2020. So this year has been so different from the last years. And we used to have Fall Fest in the month of September, where it used to be a very big show for us. And we couldn't do it this year. So we have planned a virtual show. And this show, we are giving the feel of the live show. So we are making it 2 days so that we can just have a rehearsal done for the major show, big show tomorrow. As part of that, so similar to what we were doing earlier, that is setting up the stage. So we are setting the stage by showing our work to our judge, the honorable judge. We have Pristin Metcalf from. He's the chief director of Triton Museum. So it's really a good pleasure to have him here. Let me pin him. Spot. Okay. Yeah. So, welcome, Tristan. And we are very glad to have you here for the show. And for today, so we are going you may already know that we have already sent the work to him. So he's already seen all of your work. And today's session, so we are going to show each of our work to him, and he's going to see it in detail. And also, we want to record this for the reference of that you talking about the work. So we had said we will be doing it on on Saturday on the main day show, but because of lack of time tomorrow, so we want to do it today itself. So how we are going to do is for each of you will be giving 2 to 3 minutes, so you can talk about your work, the medium you have used, and the inspiration. So you may not want to do for all three, so you may want to do it for one big work where you want to talk about the inspiration. So with that, so we're going to we'll be recording this and then sharing this in our YouTube. And in tomorrow we have many things planned. So we will have the opportunity to get the critique from Preston. So he'll be joining us at 11 a.m. So it'll be nice to have him and give his great inputs on each of your work. So you'll be getting the opportunity for that, where you'll be sharing one of your work and getting the critic. And for today, so we'll be talking about showing your work, and also talk about I think one or two lines about each of your work, which we'll be recording. Any questions here before we move on, so that we continue this way? Yes, Jan.
What was the surprise which you mentioned?
Surprise is that you'll be talking about the work today itself, not tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hopefully it's not a big surprise. So I didn't want to shock people. So yeah. So because already there are many confusions.
For a second.
Yeah.
I would like to take this opportunity to welcome Preston. And Preston, could you share a valuable thought with us?
Well, thank you for having me, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Shubna and Janki have been very good at conveying a lot of information to me over the run up to this. And I have to say, having juried, more than 100 competitions among different arts groups over the last 38 years, something like that. I was very, very pleased. I've followed your group for years. I have juried in the past. And I have to say, across the board, I was just delighted with the submissions of artwork. As usually happens, there's a lot of artists that really maintain a good, strong level. And then there's a big group of artists that maybe have one good piece and a couple that you kind of want to flip by quickly. I didn't flip by quickly on anything in this group. I was just delighted. There's obviously a big variety of styles. There's obviously a large variety of achievement levels, how long artists have been doing things. But here's what a good juror should look for: consistency. If you have an artist, yes.
Can you, I think I want to go Facebook Live with what you're saying, so that'll be nice for us. So can I go live? Yeah.
You certainly may.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know who wants to watch it besides your group, but okay. Are we good?
1 second, I'm trying to, please give me 1 second. I just finished my work and I'm just came into this meeting. So still setting it up. Okay, I'm just one step away from. Not here. I'm so sorry. Stop live.
I hope everybody noticed how clever Shubha was. She waited until she found out if I was going to say really nice things before she decided to go on Facebook Live. Very, very smart.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. Actually, yes. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, I should not miss the opportunity about you talking about the FALC. So wanted to
see, if I had come out saying negative things, my little icon would have just gone black. And you'd never hear from me again.
Yeah, it's just coming up and I'll go live now. Yes.
Are we good?
Yes.
Good. Well, let me just back up a bit, because I was talking about how strong and how delighted I was with the work, the strong work that was submitted. And what a juror looks for, at least what this juror looks for, is consistency. So whether you are a lifetime artist, or you're an emerging artist, I look for consistency within the body of work that's submitted. So if you have one really spectacular painting and then 2 or 3 that are like, oh, disappointing, what am I to make of the really good painting? Was that the accident, or were 2 poor paintings the accident? So you look for consistency. And then you look for consistency, not just are all of the paintings at comparable levels of skill, then you look for consistency within a painting. So for instance, if an artist is trying to do a very realistic landscape and everything looks beautiful, except on the right side and the far left side of the painting, everything gets to be blurry. Well, that's not how we see. That's how a camera sees. So is the artist conveying works that are consistent? Or let me give you another example. If it's a portrait, I've seen artists that will, focus on the eyes, and the eyes are just perfect. And then everything else looks like it's done by an impressionist artist. And it's like 2 different artists. And I'm thinking, well, that poor person, they have very focused eyes and the rest of their body is out of focus. So I look for consistency there. Here's why I was so delighted with this group. Across the board, everybody met those 2 basic criteria. I felt like this is a group of artists that all seem to be very comfortable with who they are and what they're portraying. And I have to tell you, that's very, very rare. So congratulations to all of you. I'm going to sit back and listen. Tomorrow, I understand, after I go through, I've already gone through the works several times. I've made my notes of what I think I want to see. And I'm going to be fine-tuning those notes tonight. And then tomorrow, Shubha, am I talking about just the award winners or something about each artist? What is it that you're looking
Yeah.
for?
So what we thought would be good is so one will be about the winners, but other one is like some of the artists would like to hear from you on the critiquing their work. So they
Okay.
will show one of their work and they would like to hear from you on how good it is and how
Okay.
it can be improved. So we
Excellent.
stand at 11:15 tomorrow, so that we'll get
Right, right. So we'll be doing that tomorrow, and then I understand that later in the day there's an online Zoom reception,
Yes.
which is apparently our new reality. So we will go with that. So I'm going to sit back and listen, and I will just conclude right here by saying that you've got until tomorrow at 11. Is that 11:30?
11:15. Yeah, 11
You have, you have well until tomorrow at 11 to somehow find a way to send me a bribe, in case, you want to move up in the rankings. No, I don't take bribes. I'm just kidding. No bribes, but I'm looking forward to hearing about the work. So please tonight, if you have something special about your technique that you want to tell me, that's wonderful. Focus, I would encourage you to focus less on what is the painting and focus more on what does it mean. And here's what I want you to think about. You don't have to tell me what it means, because if you don't tell me, I'm going to make something up. So tell me as if I was your elderly aunt's friend looking at your work for the first time. Tell me in a way that explains to me what you mean. Tell me as if I was a group of Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts and you were trying to explain to them, here's what it means. And this is important. Remember, popular art is a celebration of the image. And what that means is that we celebrate the image, we like the image, that's what makes it popular. That doesn't make it good. It may be great, but great art celebrates the idea. So what I want to hear from you is your ideas. How does your work convey an idea? The idea may be very complex. This work explains the human condition, and here's how it does that. Or this work represents a moment in time at Monterey Bay, and it was a moment that was important to me because it was a wonderful day. That's a valid idea too, but that's what I want to hear as a juror. Fair enough?
That's great. Thanks, Preston.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's stop the live stream now. So you can watch Preston's message in Facebook now, and you can refer to it. Okay, so we get started. We are going to time it like, again, we don't want to be restricting too much of if you want to explain more. It just says, please be mindful about everybody. We have 26 artists and 3 paintings each, so it takes time. So I want to make sure like we don't really get exhausted by the end of the day. So that's why please make it short and sweet and make sure to convey whatever Preston is looking for. So we can get started now. I'm going by the order of entries that have come in because it shows like whoever was very keen, they've presented it first. It shows the order of how the artists were ready to present to the show. So we'll go with that order. So in that list, I wanted to keep this list as also surprise. Usually I used to send it, but now you don't know who, you may not know who is in the order list now. So I'm just going to go one after the other. So the first member who entered, yes?
Shiva, will you put up a 2-minute timer for us?
I think maybe I'll do that. Let me start.
Probably a good idea.
Can anyone help me? Any volunteer who can put the timer and let us know? And you can message in the group if it crosses. Who can do it? Divya?
I can do it, Shiva.
Who said it?
I can do, Shiva.
Yeah, you can. Okay. Maybe 2 people also is fine. So you can take turns. Let me put it in the...
2 minutes, right?
Yeah, 2 minutes each. Okay. So the first one in the list we have is Saikat Chaudhary. So he was the one. He just submitted on the second or third day we announced. So over to you, Saikat.
Shubha,
Okay.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Anu, as she wanted to leave early.
Okay. So Anu. Okay. So we'll go. I just announced Saikat, so we'll go with Saikat first because again I want to honor whoever sent it first. So we'll go with next. We'll have Anu.
Sure. Good evening, everybody. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I mean, let me put you on spotlight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Hi, Preston, and hi, all the FALC members. So we are meeting after quite some time. It's really good to see you all together now. And as a part of this exhibition, Impressions 2020, I presented 3 of my color pencils artwork. So I will be probably shifting the camera, like I'm using my mobile phone so that I can show my paintings. Okay. And then probably I can go
Saikat, can
ahead.
you put it in the landscape mode so that we can see a bigger view? Because if it's in portrait, we see only the
Is
smaller
it
part.
okay? I'll just
If
zoom
you
in so
can,
that you can see.
yeah, but if you can flip it, just turn it so that it just,
Okay, like
yeah,
this.
yeah. So it looks bigger now. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first work. This is termed as the Junkyard. So I'll just tell briefly about the inspiration for this work. So it's basically coming to my mind from the effect of this lockdown only. If we just walk by in the garage, we see lots of cars picking up dirt and dust and being stacked up, not used. That's one of the scenarios we have gone through. And if you go through this work, it's not really realistic. It's a semi-realistic. It's sort of an illustrated, giving it a little bit of funky look. And about the choice of the colors, I've used a little bit of dark and dirty colors to emphasize on the about the dirts that our cars are picking up and how it's becoming useless in the scenario that we are going through. And the size is 18 into 24 inches. So I moved to the second artwork, which I've termed as the red vintage. So I am fond of the vintage cars and I have done many paintings of vintage cars. So this is one of them. This is also color pencils on the art paper. And it's mostly monochromatic, like only use of black and red are the only colors that are used in this painting. And I'll move probably to the last, and probably I'll just shift to my camera so that I can get a better view. Just 1 second. The lighting is not too good actually over here. Yeah. Can you see this one?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Yeah. So this has been termed like I call this as the lockdown blues. So it perfectly reflects like what scenario we are going through the months during our lockdown. So it's actually, if you see as a realistic painting of a door, a wretched door with the lock hanging with the chains. So this symbolizes the life that we are going through. The lock is like we are all locked up inside. And if you see, there are some black patches or the dark patches, and that's where we are in. We are in the darkness. We don't know what's lying ahead. But in the front, if you see, even though it's wretched, it's like peeling off, but there are uses of bright blue colors, which symbolizes something good is in store for us. So it's not all dark. It's not all gone. There's something for us to look out to. So with this, probably I'll just conclude my 2 minutes time. Yeah.
Good. Thanks, Saikat. Divya, how much time was it? I'm just trying to see how much is it good enough for everybody. So was it less than 2 minutes?
3.
Huh? Or
3
three?
minutes.
Shubha,
Uh-huh.
can I just say that was an excellent example of a very quick, let's call it an elevator pitch kind of a description. Um, he gave me a little bit of an idea of what each piece meant, and that helps me immensely. So thank you. Good job.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
Preston.
Saikat. So I think, yeah, this is how we follow. It looks like we need 3 minutes. We have to change the 3 minutes because we cannot rush if he cannot. I think this was a good 3 minutes time to explain the things. So we will keep it less than 3 minutes then instead of 2. Okay, thanks, Saikat. So next one we have Anu in the list because she wants to go early.
Shubha, you need to unpin.
Oh yeah. Remove spotlight and then there is a no. Yeah, 1 second. Yes.
Right. Let's see how my painting shows up here. So this is my painting called Frosty Forest. I painted this one last year when it was snowing the first time in Finland in November. And in my watercolor class, we were mixing our own grays. So I was not taking any grays straight from the palette or anything straight from the tube. I was mixing all my colors from different colors. And I didn't have really a reference picture. I usually paint from my own head. I was thinking like how the kind of the frosty forest might look like in Finland. And then I chose this frame to kind of also to kind of represent the colors on the picture, the kind of frosty colors. So this is my first picture, kind of cool feeling. And then this is my next picture. It's called Spring Morning. I painted this one during the quarantine. I just finished it a couple of days ago. And I couldn't visit Finland this summer because of the quarantine. And I already missed the springtime in Finland. And well, I miss everybody there. And here I was mixing my own greens. And I chose this frame because this is like the crisp springtime. And it means a lot to me. I hope I get to see my family in there next summer.
Oh. Okay.
This is called 2020. This is an abstract painting. I chose these colors, simple palette. I see there's darkness, but there's also light. There's smoke in the air, but there's also this path that kind of takes us to the brightness. So I hope we are going to the light and everything will be fine again.
Yeah. Thanks, Anu. I think you made everything up for this year. Thanks, Anu.
Thank you.
Anu.
So, yeah. Okay, yeah. Feeling heavy looking at Anu's works. The next one we have in the list is Divya. So Divya is going to show. That means somebody else I need to time. So who's volunteering?
We'll switch on the timer, Shubha.
Yeah, who's switching on the timer? I think we need that's one thing. So we need more volunteers for all these things. But please come up because like I'm doing so many things, I cannot do that. So.
I can do it, Shubha. I'll just turn on.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
This is Kavita.
Yes, Subha, it's set.
Yeah,
For
okay.
3.
Okay. Hi, I am Divya. So I will show my Krishna painting. So can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is done on 36 by 24 canvas, and it is done using ink, acrylic, and watercolor paints. I took 150 plus.
We can't hear you too well.
It took 150 plus hours.
Your voice is cutting up.
It took 150 plus hours to finish the painting. Can
Yeah.
you hear?
Yeah, we can hear. Yes, go on.
So this is like in India, on the walls we can see such artworks. This is showing that they are all together in the family and then, they are enjoying music. This and all other people are enjoying music. Other works. This is like I wanted to paint a shy face. So this is like an acrylic painting showing a shy face. This I named my first date on a rainy evening. This is like representing this cherries in the bottom representing the couples, and it's like a nice evening I can remember from my past.
Awesome, Divya.
Thanks, Shiva.
Yeah, so she finished before time.
Great. Thanks, Divya.
Thanks, Kalpana.
So we move on. So we have next in the list is Samika. Samika said she doesn't have her work. So this show is specifically for showing the work. So then with that, we have to move on because we're
Wait, no. I just don't have one of them.
Okay, then whatever you have, you can show. Yeah, then fine.
Okay. I can also show a picture of it, but okay, let me start with
just hold on.
this
I
one.
think I have to just hold on. I have to pin you.
Yeah.
1 second. Where are you? Because it's gone to 2 pages. I'm not able to find you here. Oh yeah.
This is if I speak and then okay. I'm Samika and I'm a sophomore at Saratoga High School, and this is one of the pieces I did. It's called Eleanor, and I volunteer at the Saratoga Retirement Community, and one of the seniors that I especially enjoyed talking to was Eleanor, so I made a drawing of her for her birthday, and I really emphasized her wrinkles, and it doesn't have a lot of shadow in it, but I wanted to show like age is just a number, and then you can do whatever you want and dress up how much you want at whatever age you are. And my next piece is this one. It's about COVID and the chaos that we all went through the past almost year, I think. And on this side, the right side, my right side, it's about reality and what's happening, climate change, COVID, doctors having to work 24/7 on, and also on the left side is what we want to happen. You know, we want to go out, see beautiful, go to touristy, beautiful places and meet people, see sunsets like that. And the piece that I don't have, it's in DC right now. So here's a picture. I hope it helps. I think you've seen it before, but this is a painting of my mom, aunt, and grandpa. And aunt and grandpa were murdered a few 2 decades ago. So for the death anniversary, I wanted to do a painting of them. So the blue denotes like sadness and memories taking over the actual natural color. And I don't think you can see it very well, but yeah, it's just an ode of love to them, and it's titled An Ode of Love. Yeah.
So nice of you to do this work for them.
Shrupa, may I ask a question?
Sure.
Samika, you said that that piece is in DC. Were you accepted in the congressional art?
Yes, I was. District 18.
Congratulations. That's a very big deal.
Thank
And I
you.
will also add that this past summer, the Triton Museum of Art put a call to teen artists to tell us, what does community mean to them? And Samika, whom I've never met, submitted her drawing of Eleanor, and it's featured in a video, a small pocket video exhibition that the museum has on its Facebook page, elsewhere, I believe, as well. So this is unsolicited, and maybe it could wait till tomorrow. But Samika, I just want to say, I don't know what your intentions are for college or a future career, but whether or not you plan on majoring in art, I want to encourage you, no, I want to plead with you, do not give up making art. You have so much promise and so much talent, and to lose that, even if it's in pursuit of some other career, would be a crime. So well done.
Thank you. I promise I am trying to do a career in art, possibly design.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thanks, Preston. So moving on, we have Hadi, one of the key member of FALC, an active member. So I put you on the spotlight here. Yes. Hadi, we can't hear you.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, everybody. And welcome, Mr. Merkaf. Nice to see you again. Before I start, I can tell you why I do what I do quickly. I made a visit to back home in 2014 for after 20 years. And when I went, I realized most of my childhood memories are wiped off. Either if it was people or structures, my neighborhood. So when I came back, my plan was to keep the memory alive. Everything that I paint, it means a lot to me in terms of memory. Whether it's a building, landscape, or people, it's all to keep the memory alive. This first one, I took the glass out to show the picture better.
Nice. It's not reflecting.
Yeah, I took the glass out. Anyway, this is my aunt and her husband. When I started drawing this, they both were alive. As soon as I finished it, she was gone, and now they're both gone. So this means a lot to me and the rest of my aunt's family. So this was, I cherish this. I'm glad that I did it. Paintings like this is keeping the memory of the time we live in. And of course, just like Samita said, 2020 was a turbulence year. And I did 3 large paintings and each telling a story. This is the COVID and the Black Lives Matter during that time. And paintings like this take more time to come up with the idea and design than the painting. The painting is the easy part for me. The initial coming up with the story is what takes a lot of time for me. And close your eyes, it may everything tumble down. I want to show you the next one.
New one, right? Which we haven't seen.
Yeah, the lighting is not good, but
yeah, but we see it full. Hadi. Yeah, I mean, you set it up well. We can see the full picture.
This is the last one I did. I just finished it the same day I submitted for the show here. and I was waiting to do that. I'm sorry, look like it's blurry, but it's the best I can do for it.
Yeah, yes.
And this shows this is the cascade of RGB with the passing of hair, how the court tilted one way to the other. This all represents different group of people, ideas for future. One with vote, one with bullet mark.
Good.
Yeah.
Let me just
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, no. It actually by mistake I clicked something, so I just the recording came up. So please go on, Hadi. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the picture doesn't look good in here to explain, but the bottom part is the way the system of voting we have right now. We have people who vote by donating a lot of money, the regular voting that me and you do, and then the electoral vote. So,
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think it's good that you explained now that we are able to connect. So, and also you put it in the right time. So,
yeah.
patience. Yes.
I still have time?
3 minutes over, but he can say, right, if he has more things to say.
Yeah. This each layer is the issues that was hot for the time you're living in 20. Of course, the COVID, the race issue, immigration issue, environmental problems we have, and the court, the seat that was we lost in the High Court. So these was very major issues that is still not resolved, and we have to deal with for years to come.
Okay.
And of course, we had a president who wanted to be the king and control everybody. But people, this represent people he cannot convince because they are, don't make him mad. They're smarter than what they think. And this is his base. Sorry.
Good. Thanks, Hadi. So it's very nice painting. So and each one has a good message.
Thank you.
Good. Yeah, we move on to the next one then. So any questions for yeah, because we have many more to go, so we continue. So thanks, Hadi. So next one we have is Susan. Susan, let me spotlight Susan. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so I have 3 entries. Okay, first, this is a 20 by 16 inch pastel painting of my daughter, Perry, at 15 years old. And her expression reminds me when I was that age, having a certain self-esteem and a bit of defiance. And to me, her eyes lay bare a strength of character. Okay, and then next, I have another 20 by 16 inch pastel painting. This one of my friend, Richard, who's in his 70s. And this painting is very special to me because of why he asked me to paint it. He wanted a portrait painting of himself for his funeral service in the future. And so I was very touched and feel very honored to have created this piece for him. And then I have, finally, my last piece is it's an 8 by 10 inch watercolor titled Peace Will Come. And at the beginning of the shelter in place, I was in a somber mood, wanting to feel hope. And I visualized Athena in a barren landscape, and then being approached by a dove. And so Athena in this picture wearing the mask is symbolic of each of us taking up the role of the warrior and fighting the pandemic. And not knowing where this fight will lead us, we still know that peace will come. And that's symbolized by the dove holding the olive branch. So that's all I've got. Thanks for inviting me to share.
Okay, we move on to Sheetal now.
Hi all, Sheetal Velani. Let me show you my first one because that is the biggest one, so I need to figure out how to show you. I don't know. Can you see the whole thing or no?
You can see, yeah. Yeah, maybe you have to go a little back. So, yeah.
I think so. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is that okay now? Yes?
Yes, please. Yeah, go on.
And can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the painting of a swan family. The reason I painted this swan is one of my favorite birds. And second thing, it's about a family. We have the extended amount of family time this year. And that's where you really realize the values of having a family and having, and it was literally a learning curve how to bond with your family, because you never get a time to live with your family for this long, how to care for their feelings and how to protect them and all those things. So that is the reason I painted this one. I named it Family Affair. So that's one. It's an acrylic. The second one is Fall Vibes. So this is the, I actually took this photograph back in 2016 with an intention to paint it while we were visiting Bernice Fall up north. But at that time, I did not have that much ability to paint such an elaborate and lot of detailed painting. And now that we were not able to travel anywhere, I was just going through my travel pictures and I came up with this one and decided to paint. And it was beginning of fall, September, and I just wanted to emphasize on the fall colors. So I made it really bright. The picture itself wasn't that bright. I made it really bright and happy because I had there one more time. Hopefully next year. This also acrylic. And this one is a butterfly. No such reason, but I have been painting for more than 6 years now, and I've never painted a butterfly in that 6 years. So I just decided to paint one. And the love between butterfly and flowers is just the best symbol for love. So I gave the name Simply Love. It's also in acrylic. So that's my 3 paintings. That's about it.
Thanks. We have Nicole is not here. Sharanya. So Sharanya Chandrasekharan.
Hi, you all hear me? Okay. So let me just walk here. I'm actually traveling and I'm in Yosemite right now. So you might hear a lot of background noise. That's my family and friends around. Sorry if, I'm hoping you can hear me well. Okay. So this painting, it's called Metamorphosis. In my native language, it's called Matram. The reason why I did this was it's actually been long time since I went back to painting. And all the while I've been giving reasons that, there's work, there's kids, so I'm not able to paint. But, beginning of this year and somewhere through the shelter in, I thought, I should take up all this uncertainty, all this anxiety, all this negativity, and, metamorphosize it into something positive. And painting has been a lifeline for me to, retain my own sanity through these testing times. So I started off my journey, or reconnected my journey in painting with this piece. It's a very flat piece with a lot of colors, more like a collage quality to it. I put in a butterfly here to symbolize a metamorphosis, where every phase in the butterfly's life, it doesn't know where it's going next, but it's always something good. So hopefully, like all this, times that we are going through is going to lead us to some place where it's going to be better for us. So in one way, I see myself here in this painting. So it gives a lot of meaning to this phase in my life and also others around me. Going to my next piece. Hope you can see this. Calling this Out of Darkness. Pretty similar to the previous theme. I started thinking a lot deeply and trying to understand what it means to be out of darkness. The immediate thought was, a baby in the womb of the mother thinks that they are in a safe place, but it's all dark in there. But once the baby is out in this new world, it is bright. And taking it in a spiritual level, we all feel safe in this world that we see and that we can comprehend. But there is something beyond us that we cannot understand, and potentially there is something way bigger, and that taking us out of this darkness to light, somewhere along the lines of reincarnation, rebirth, how you can get out of it. So these three figures are going towards the path of being out of the darkness. So I just wanted to portray that. And also there is a Sanskrit hymn which says Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. So I try to capture the essence of that hymn through this work. Moving on to my final piece. So this is similar to the other person. I'm sorry, I didn't catch his name. Painting your own memories and bringing them to life. This is very much one such piece that is very close to me. It takes me back to my childhood, the places where I think I might have been as a baby. This cradle with the sari from the ceiling, and a mom sitting and looking at baby. I gave the title as relief and renewal. Although as a mother, as an adult, you might have a lot of uncertainties, but there is always a relief when you look at a child. So the future is always a promise when you look at young children, and that is something that I try to capture here. And the setting is, taking me back to my own childhood. I hope you can see that here. I don't know if the lighting is good. So yeah.
Yeah. So good. Thanks. Yeah, because we want to make sure so we have so many to go.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is Srihasha. Okay.
Is it me? Next one?
It's Srihasha.
Oh, sure.
Yes, let me turn on some lights here so it's easy.
Okay.
Okay, let me turn on the light down. Okay. Are you able to see the art piece here? Yeah. Okay. My name is Sriharsha. I'm a fine arts photographer. There are the similarity among my three pieces, which is present today, is that I usually start off with a black frame. And I use the technique of light painting. And I use the natural transitions from natural light to artificial light, which is created by me. So this is a sea cave in Devonport. And what you see here is a short cave which points to the ocean, and there is Milky Way behind it. So I start imagining what I want to convey in this picture. And as you can see, the red light which is there as a trail is my headlights from illumination of the cave. And the white light which is in the foreground where the waves are crashing is used by a second light. And I use a series of light which is different colors, usually with it's an LED light inside a balloon. And I use it as a light painting to get you to the Milky Way. So the idea was to tell you the story that if sun or any other light as a hope is not available, there is always a place like Milky Way which will give us the hope. So this is my, it's very meditative for me to do such pieces. And most of my pieces are usually monochromatic. They're usually primary colors, except this one has a Milky Way at the back. So that's my first one. And this is 18 inches by 24 frame. Sorry for this. This is again a similar theme photograph taken at Mesquite Dunes in Death Valley. So usually most of my photographs start with a black frame, and this also started with a dark night. And then the light was breaking through, and I used similarly in the monochromatic, usually very minimalist approach of using the light, and created the shadows and I put these two photographers which were there in the frame just to show how passionate our people are creating artwork here. So the light was just breaking in. There was a little bit of sandstorm being caught in the frame here. So once again, it's meditative for me to take such pictures. So the third one. This one again, it is created with the same technique of starting with a black frame. This is the flow of Merced in Yosemite National Park. And most of these reflections are from the fall foliage and from the rocks which reflect the evening light. So I stood there and imagined how I wanted to get this reflection and also show a little bit of a stick or something which is sticking around, even with the fastest Merced being very radius. So that was the idea, and the flow of colors is also kind of meditative feeling for me. Thank you. That's all I had.
Thanks, Sriharsha.
Okay.
We move on to next one. Here is Geeta. Where are you? Okay. We can't hear you, Geeta.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Geeta Taneja, and this is my first piece. This is in the criteria of creativity. And here I have dedicated this painting to my daughter, who is a physician in Singapore. And she's a very dedicated doctor. And I've shown her in the middle of two hands, praying for the welfare of the patients. And around these areas are the frontline workers, some people who have lost their near and dear ones. So, like there is sort of what is happening during the COVID-19 time. I've depicted that. Then I have taken two hands, one is silver and one is gold. So mainly to show that COVID-19 has affected everybody, whether they are rich, class. So it has affected everybody. So that's what I have tried to show with the different colors of the hand. And since the painting here is showing sadness, I wanted to show that there is a hope. So this is like a Mother Earth for me, who's again, like looking at the nature and is, is saying that one day we will have the bright light and the COVID-19 will go away. So this is my painting, which is watercolor on paper with gouache paint also. And this is first piece. This is my second piece. I hope you're able to see it. So this is 30 inches by 22 inches. So I have stayed in Bosnia for 4 years. And this was a small town where it was a fortress, which was really in a breaking, I mean, it was not really in a good condition. And the fall season was always very beautiful there. And this was a mosque, which was under on the ground. And then we used to go up to this fortress. So, but every time since I stayed there for 4 years, so I do remember the fall in that area. And this was in Bosnia. My husband was posted there. So we stayed there for 4 years. So this is my imagination and my memory of the beautiful country. So third one is a little bigger one. I'll have to. This one is 5 feet by 4 feet. I hope you're able to see it. Can you see it? Yeah. So this one is Fiesta. The name of the title is Fiesta. So this was my kids were going for a Mexican party, and they were just dressed up in the Mexican attire, and they were going out of the house, and I told them, okay, why don't you make a pose of a Mexican dance? And this was a Mexican hat dance. So this particular pose, when they made it, so I was so much fascinated by it. So then I decided to make this painting. So because it gives more of happiness and celebrations, and so this one is oil color on canvas. And it took me a long time to make it, because it's gradually, I kept adding more figures in this one. So thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks, Sriharsha. Thanks, Geeta. I'm seeing so many names here. Sorry. So thanks, Geeta. We move on to Asha now. Asha, is it okay?
Hi, everyone. Can you all see this painting?
Not yet. Yeah.
Now you can see?
Yes.
Okay. This is my painting, and it is 20 by 30 acrylic. And I was always fascinated with colors. So like all the bright colors, orange and blue and green. So I named it as like waves and jewels. So these are all my imaginative jewels. So, and I had spent a lot of time thinking about what colors to use. And it gave me, after doing this painting, it gave me a lot of peace of mind. So I would say like, I got like a lot of peace after doing this painting. And my next piece is, this is my self-portrait, and I would name it like Now and Then. So this is my past. So I was very shy at that time. So I just dressed it up like black. I was not that confident, but I'm better than that now. And this is my present now. And I always fascinated with color. So this is the red color I had put in this one. And I feel that I tried to make it like more positive in me. And my third one is, this is, I call like black sand turtle, but actually now when I think, then I should call it like a lonely turtle after this COVID. This painting, actually, I did it after the last vacation. We did it last year during Christmas time. And just after coming back from vacation, all this COVID thing started. So I thought that this is the best time to paint it because this is all black here, black sandwich. Actually, the beach is black sandwich, all black here, and some like, this is like all sea. And these are the lights like coming in, and like this is the, I think this I try to do it like lights. So hopefully someday, like now we are all lonely, and someday like lights will come and the black sand beach, the place is real, but now here we should come out of that. Thank you.
Thanks. Good ones. Asha, thank you. Moving on to Behnas. So let me see Behnas.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, I have 3 pieces. I'm gonna talk about this one and this small one at the same time. Those are painted by oil painting. I did a lot of painting with oil painting and landscape, but these 2 pieces actually are my favorite one and have a lot of meaning.
I think we lost your audio, Behnas.
How about right now? Can you hear me?
Now you can. You're back. Now you're back.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. This is a place. It's Bayland around. I think Palo Alto. It's a very beautiful and nice place. I like these pieces because when I came to start painting from this location, actually I couldn't do anything because it was very very beautiful, very nice scenes, and very peaceful. And I maybe for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I was just sitting and look at the scenes, look at the nature, look at these beautiful and huge that I faced with that. It was very amazing to me. It was very light, very like a meditation time. It like a quality time. I couldn't explain. It was very, very good moment. And I wanted to paint some with some different technique that show the lightness of that place. That's why I did different small sketching, and at the end I found this technique with some transparent oil painting. Transparent oil painting, not about different colors. Of course, some colors are transparent, some are matte, but I try to use very, very flow painting with light colors. You can see some parts on my painting of the board, and the first layer on this painting. Actually, I started with very flow because I wanted to get a good capture from that moment, and didn't want to add too much details because to me was less is more. That was I got from that location. And I did this painting just a little bit with palette knife over it to emphasize with some depth, and the other one was the same place but with different point of view and different perspective, and it's very light.
Time, so maybe you have to move to the third one quickly. We are out of time.
Okay, and then that one is my favorite colors, hydrangea, and I use the same actually technique. It's some parts I leave it because I didn't want to work with the other side and just emphasize for some parts. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Next we have is Sarbjit Singh. Okay, we'll also tell the next one so that you can be ready. After Sarbjit is Tiffany. Sarab, over to you. Okay. You're on mute if you're talking. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, so let me just show my face first. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my little art show over here that I have. And I did, today my artwork is 3 paintings over here that I have on the mantle. And I've got Festival of Lights coming next week, so I thought I'd arrange the lights over here to and I'll start with the first one, which is this one, which is called Ekonkar. This was done last year as a series. This was part of a series called Guru Nanak, based on we were celebrating, the Sikh faith was celebrating 550 years. And so this was also part of the show at Triton Museum at Expressions of Divinity. Peter, all of you might have seen it if you came there. And this series was also exhibited in San Jose and in UK, in Pakistan, and also in India. So I was very lucky to be part of the first contemporary, the 5 Sikhs artists that were part of the contemporary exhibition last year at Triton. This was selected. And the next one is this one, also part of the series. It is called Travels of Nanak. So this one is the message of oneness. And this one here is the travel. He wanted to spread his message of oneness. So he's going to the Middle East with his friend who was a Muslim. So he tried to say that we are all one, there is no division, caste or color or anything. And this one is the time of our shelter in place that I did. As you have seen, everybody has done at least a couple of pieces today in shelter in place. And this is Mother Earth and Mother or Gaia, you can say, and COVID. So here I'm trying to portray all the minerals and everything that has been taken away, and the bad environment, all the bad things are happening to our to Mother Earth that we are doing. And so I'm portraying in the caste and everything of the temples and the churches and our bickering that goes on in our in this world. And so Mother Earth has taken charge now because of COVID, and she's getting a break to renew her resources, and we are getting cleaner air. So so this is the rainbow that has come out, and it's heading and taking us to a new world. So this is what I'm trying to portray in this one. And the technique, as you can see in all 3 of them, is a liquid pour, which is a controlled pour I've done. And then on top of that, I've painted. And this one in here, I've used also gold foil and acrylic pens. And here are the temple and all the different mosques, that we are all one. And here also, so this is the philosophy of Nanak also here, that we are all one, whether it is environment or people, we need to preserve our riches that we have.
Sarab,
So,
time is
thank
over.
you.
Thank you. Thanks, Sarab. Okay, we have next is Tiffany. After that is Maithili, so that you can get ready.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, but we don't see you. No. Sorry, I think I was looking at the wrong pin. You are in the second page.
We can see your light, ceiling light.
Yeah, no, that is Sarab. I have to replace Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here. Sorry, I was okay. Now we see you.
Thank you. So, hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany. I'm a hyper-realistic pencil artist who specializes primarily in portraits. I am very new to FALC. I joined a few weeks ago, and so I only have a single body of work to show. This particular piece is entitled, "What Do You See?" It is a unfortunately, there's a bit of a glare. But
Yeah,
it is
just slightly so that we don't see the reflection of the monitor. Yeah.
So this particular piece is a graphite 2B and 4B graphite pencil drawing on white Bristol paper, 8x10, and it's in a 2-inch beveled frame. What really defines my work with hyperrealism is my love for values. I absolutely adore playing with shading, and I see shadows in shadows. I see light in light. There are so many different layers of values that you can really capture in any sort of realistic drawing in a hyper-realistic sense. So most of my portraits have been of entire faces, but this time I really wanted to zoom in and focus on one particular aspect of the face. And here we have an eye. So really what I was trying to focus on with this was the details of the iris, for example, the reflection that you get from the light on the eye itself, the blood vessels in the eye, and the shading that the effect that you get from having a round circular eyeball, even the details that you get in the eyelashes and how some of them appear thicker even though they aren't because of the way they clump together in certain portions, as well as the shadows that the eyelashes cast along the waterline here, above and below. I also was very impressed that Preston picked up on camera work, because this particular piece really plays with focus and blurring. So the camera focused on this particular aspect of this particular side of the face and the eye. And as it moved further away, it became out of focus and blurred. And so a lot of the details end up being along this side. And then the eyelashes, the eyebrows, all of that tends to blur as you go this way. I also really enjoyed playing with the values that you get with the delicate skin around the eyes. So the creases and the folds, the way that light reflects off of the individual bumps that you see that form with crow's feet. And the thing is, I don't see wrinkles, I see details. And so to our esteemed judge, I would like to present the question to you, which is the title of this work. And that is, what do you see? Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tiffany. Okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen such detailed work in pencils here, Tiffany. So nice to have you in our group. So welcome to FALC.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Maithili, over to you. Let me pin you.
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone. This is Maithili. I'm so glad for being part of this event. This is first time I'm participating here. This is my work. The title is...
Okay.
Are you hearing?
Yeah.
The title is Invisible Killer. I inspired by news about COVID-19 victims in New York, the month April 2020. When I'm watching the news about mass graves of COVID victims in Hart Island, New York, that time really my heart broke at that moment. After that, I got this idea, I want to paint about this scene. The message of this paint is the invisible enemies are more stronger and dangerous than visible enemies. That's it. Thank you. And I used acrylic paint. My canvas size is 18 by 24.
Thanks, Maithili.
Thank you.
Is this your only work this time?
Yeah, this is one one.
Okay, so next artist we have is Kavita. Kavita, are you ready?
Yes.
Just invite you. Hold on.
Hi everyone, this is Kavita Kamble. Hi Preston, it's an honor to present in front of you. This is my first artwork. This is oil on canvas, 30 by 40. The idea behind this, I took a picture of a downtown after we were done with the dinner and meeting with friends and walking back towards the parking lot. And the thought behind it was that when you walk into any downtown, you immediately feel joy and happiness, and you have 1,000 things to grasp and feel. And you have a good time, you come out, and you have this closing time coming up, and there is no one on the road, and there is this calmness to the landscape suddenly. Like the time you walk in and the time you walk out, there is a different kind of calmness that you right away see that there is no one on the road and the lights are still on. So that was something I captured on the photograph, and then I thought later on that I am going to make a painting out of this. So that was the thought behind it, and I did it in an impression style. So this is oil on canvas. The second artwork, which I did in last 1 month. I don't know if I can focus. So this, there's a lot of light reflecting. I hope you can see. I don't know. Let me turn this way. So this is a digital drawing. This is completely drawn digitally, but it's the same way how we blend colors and pencils and any other medium. And I wanted to do the poppies, but I wanted to also have this cooler background in the back, just to give that mystical look. So that's the reason I named it as Mystical Poppies, because the background has this blue and green effect to it, and there is a bright happy poppies in the front. So that came out kind of good, I guess. So this is my second one, and the third one I am presenting is I don't know if there is. Yeah. So this one also, I did it using a photograph which I took in front of the Sunset Beach. This was during the COVID time, and you can see the overgrown trees from both the sides. And as I was walking towards the beach, I stopped for a second and clicked a picture, and I was just trying to grasp the contrast in the landscape. I think most of my paintings, I decide in that one moment. I think whenever I feel like, oh, this moment I need to stop and grasp all the joy from the landscape. Every landscape, calmness or joy or something that strikes you in that 1 second. And if you have taken a picture or if you've just seen it, I think it's a joy to paint it. So that's it from my side.
Good. Thanks, Kavita. So we have next artist, Janki. Janki is the Vice President of FALC. And
thank you, Shubha.
Yeah, can you make it horizontal so that we can see it bigger? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Shubha. And I would like to thank Preston for accepting my so many requests. I have bugged you so much. I have bugged your wife as well. So sorry about that. And but wanted to reach out to you somehow and wanted you to judge this show. So I will not take too much time. I have two pieces, and both my pieces are about positivity over negativity. So I will have to flip my camera and I'll have to show you the work. So first piece is the Buddha. I titled it as Divine. There is a lot of negativity in these times, and I wanted to show that how Buddha has overcome uh, all the negativities and walk towards the divineness, walk towards the all odds and reach the divineness. I wanted to show that peace in his eyes through his expressions. I wanted to show that in any odds we can keep calm and we can keep going focused and determined, and we can overcome the hurdles. So that's what my this divine was giving the message. That's the reason I have chosen to do the background as a little bit dark and showing the glow on the face and the eyes. This piece is done in soft pastel and color pencil on a toned paper, Strathmore paper, toned paper I've used. And I've done it with soft pastel in this. And the second piece is, I have a lot of glare on it. I will flip it like this. So second piece is done in watercolor. The title is Triumph. And the reason behind, you see the grills behind her, behind the portrait, is when she was going through her adolescence, when she was growing up, she has come. So she is one of my friend's daughter, and I loved her expressions on the on this image which I took. So the grills behind her is showing her hardships when she was growing up. She has gone through a lot of turmoil times, and I spoke to her before doing this portrait, and I have understood her story of going through that tough times. And that's what I wanted to depict in it. And the water on it is showing the that her negativity is melting and her face is glowing because her positivity is showing up, and she is bright and shining, coming out of all the odds. That's what my message was for this. So thank you, all of you.
Thanks, Janki. Okay. Next artist we have is Namrata. He's in the next room.
Hi.
And, oh yeah, just hold on. I have to spotlight you.
Sure.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. So my first piece is called Waves, and it's just a simple painting of the beach using just lines. And I created this towards the beginning of COVID when there was a lot of chaos going around, and we couldn't go to the beach, so I go to UC Santa Cruz, and as you all know, it's kind of a beachy place. And I had to come back home for, even though college was going on because of COVID, but I kind of missed out on some of my college experience. So I kind of made this painting to depict what I want to go back to, the peace and tranquility of the beach. And it's kind of a way of seeing what I want to go back to after COVID ends. And for me, making these lines it's very peaceful and relaxing to do. So I really like doing this piece during the chaotic time of COVID. And then my next piece is a small one. So these are just tulips from Filoli Garden. And it had a lot of different flowers, but I wanted to showcase just a few of the tulips. and emphasize the simplicity of the flowers and the colors, the beautiful colors that they have. And my last one is also a small one. So it's a sunset and it's called Oh Dear. And it's about a deer in the sunset on top of a hill. And I took this photo really quickly on my college campus. It has a lot of deer, and this one was just standing there looking very majestic right before sunset, looking like it owned the hill. So I really took the painting quick, and I liked the sunset colors, so I wanted to emphasize the sky, but have a silhouette of the deer for this. Thank you.
Good. Thanks, Namrata. So next artist we have is Preeta. Come, Preeta.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Hi, Preston. Nice to meet you. Thank you for judging our work today. The pieces that I've chosen are these two. So in the spring, when the flowers started blooming, they really popped out, and I wanted to bring out the way they popped out. I literally named it Pink Flowers in the Garden because they are from the garden. And this one is, I call it Violet Medley because they were all different shades of violets. And this is part of my style where I try to, my paintings are usually pretty bright and very vivid. And I use paint directly from the tube and contrast it with the shades of it to bring out that and pop it out. Yeah, that's all I have. These are oil paintings, 20 by 16. Thank you.
Thanks, Preeta. It just was quick, actually. So, good. Moving on, we have next artist is Anandi. Anandi, over to you. Okay. Spotlight you. Yes.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Anandi. Thank you, Preston, for judging our work. And this is my first work. So I named it as Pearls of Pomegranate. This is a watercolor painting. The size is 18:24. So this piece, I myself did the composition and I clicked the picture. So I really like the color contrast in it, and the background is the blanket. So this blanket is very close to my heart because I used this blanket when my son born. So I wanted to use this blanket for this piece. And also I really like the way the transparency of the glass came out. So yeah, and I also did one more watercolor painting. Sorry, this painting I named it as Elegance. So this magnolia flower, I clicked this picture during this spring when I walked around my neighborhood. I clicked this picture, and I really like to see this magnolia flower. So I used to walk every day to look at this, and so I decided to paint this to show. I really like the one which is very focused and the blurry part in the background. And the third one, this Golden Gate Bridge, I named it as Golden Hour. When I came to US, this is the first place I visited. So from that time, I planned to paint. So finally I painted this. I clicked this picture, but then I changed the background, the sky background. And yeah. So that's it.
Good. Thanks, Anandi. Next is me. Let me spotlight myself. Okay. Okay, my first painting is my first painting is Pick and Eat. So this is watercolor, 18 by 24 size. I love colors of nature. So I always kind of find colors wherever, of nature, whatever I see. And this year, because of COVID, so we were all sitting at home, and I realized that we have been eating so many fruits, and like I should capture those colors in my camera. I'm also a photographer, so I wanted to capture these colors first, and then I realized, oh yeah, this is a good one for painting. So I painted this in watercolor. As you can see, so I had to make the setup to paint this one, and the background I've used for this is one of the in the Indian dress called sari. So that's my favorite color sari which I had got from India. So I wanted to remember that. So I used that as the background, and I took the picture, and I used that as the reference to paint this work. So this is my first work. Similar to that is I appreciate the colors of nature. So this is the picture of butterfly, which I took when I traveled to India this year, on the way to Singapore. So there is a butterfly garden. I taken the picture of butterfly, and I thought, yeah, again I should capture the moment, and I should paint this in my in watercolor. And this one I've used aqua board. This is a popular board medium for watercolor these days. And I also put the fixative on that so that I don't have to put a frame for this. So it is as good as like acrylic painting, which acrylic or oil painting, which I can keep them as is, though it's watercolor. I realized. My third painting is again another colors of nature, that is butterfly again. And this one also I had captured this with my camera when I visited India on the way in Singapore. And I this spring when the COVID started, so it was like it was very dull and in mood. So I thought, okay, I should brighten up myself by painting a colorful with a colorful theme. So I painted this. So as you can see, I always see colors around me, and I always want to paint that. Always turn issues into opportunities. As you can see, during these days we cannot arrange a live show, but I wanted to make sure we all meet, and we take the opportunity to meet again. So I arranged this. So that's my so all my work shows that. So I see colors in everything, and I try to capture that in my memory. So that shows my personality and also in my work. Thanks everyone. So I move on to the next one in the series here. So we have Kalpana as our next artist. What are you, Kalpana? Let me pin you.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Kristen, for judging us today. And I also have the 3 entries. The first one is, I'm going to grab each entry one by one over here. So are you able to see this one?
Yes.
So this is my first entry, the Palace, Fine Arts Palace of San Francisco. I took this picture long back, I think in 2013 or 2014. And I like to paint ancient architectures. I feel there is so much behind that, the great histories behind each structure. And I try to grab that opportunity to put it on this paper. My painting is watercolor on 300 series Smart Store watercolor papers. And this is 16 by 20. My next one is a little bigger. Are you able to see this one?
Yes.
Let me just grab it a little close. I think this is better here. Sorry.
Yeah.
So this is London Bridge. We visited London in 2016. We did a Europe, actually we did a Europe trip and we visited London and Paris. I somehow like the black grayscale paintings with something pop out in between and the cruise. There is a story behind that. We took this cruise and the picture, real picture has my husband over here. But in this painting, I didn't put him. Yeah, but I feel like this is a gray painting and the red color. Right now, our life is like a black and white due to COVID. But I feel like someday color will come back. So this is the presentation of that. And the third one is Lord Ganesha. This is something different I try to do. I'm a henna artist and I like to doodle with a mehndi con. If you know, like most of the Indian people know about the mehndi con, but it's like I put my paint in the small plastic cone and it will give you the thin lines. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Lord Ganesha is an obstacle taker. So I feel like let's pray to the God. Let's go away all the obstacles from our life due to COVID and we will be happy again. And I feel happy today that we got the opportunity to showcase our work. I feel like colors are getting back in our life and pretty soon it will be normal. Thank you.
Thanks, Kalpana. Next artist is Anastasia. We don't see your video, Anastasia. Can't hear you. Oh, yeah, yes, okay. Yes.
And usually I do a lot of landscapes of Greece or California, as well as a lot of abstract things from computers because that's where I work. But my real passion is flowers, and I always wanted to represent the actual world of flowers. I wanted to see, do flowers communicate with each other? Do they have feelings? And this is something I wanted for some time ago. So last year, not the summer, the previous summer 2019, one time I was walking in the field of sunflowers in Greece, where I'm originally from, and this is where my first painting is from. I felt like the joy of the sunflowers. I don't know if you can see. Maybe if I go further, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt like all the flowers were celebrating life, and they were like very joyful. So I wanted to represent the joy of the world of flowers. And then I started building on the same concept, and I wanted to represent that flowers have other feelings, right? They have their own challenges while they're surviving in their own world. So my second piece represents that the different flowers, again, sunflowers, different shapes, different colors. Oops, over here. And although they have their own challenges, as you see, they're a little bit red, is where we get red when we have our own challenges here. But they all, like in a small community, they all pray for the light and they all join under the light and they all survive peacefully. So that's the message in this painting. Like, you know, flowers to survive with their own challenges in their own world. And the third piece is a very personal piece. My daughter lives in New York, and the first month of COVID, where COVID was so bad in New York, I was very anxious about the situation. And every day when she would run, she would send me photographs of the different neighborhoods in New York. And I thought it was a way to feel like things will be okay. And I started painting a piece, different pieces. And one piece that I paint is for my prayer and sending positive energy to her, as well as everybody in New York, for the spring to come again. So this is my last piece, representing, well, I don't know, there's some light, like the different flowers, and half of this is really dark on the left-hand side over here, It's really the dark of the destruction of the COVID, and then the hope for a new spring to come over here, and bring the hope of the new spring and the new flowers. And the tree represents the whole life of New York and the rest of the world. So it's like prayer for the light. Thank you.
Thanks, Anastasia. Next, we have Vishaka.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to turn my laptop. I don't know if you can see. Here is my first painting. I call it Hope. Last year I went through cancer, and one of the days when I had gone for the radiation, another patient had brought some of these flowers, the Gerber daisies. And I call this one Hope because that's what I needed at that time. And it's acrylic, and I tried to bring out the colors of the actual flower in this painting. My second one is called High Perch, and it is a peacock. I love peacocks. In India, where I am from, they have lots and lots of peacocks, and I have known that they fly, and I've seen them fly, but a lot of people don't know that peacocks can fly. So that was one of the ideas of showing the peacock on a high perch and just the greenery that is around it. So that's in acrylic. And my last piece, I'm going to be quick. My last piece is Krishna. And this one is particular kind of art called Pichwai art, which is popular in Rajasthan and Gujarat. And just, wanted to have an abstract painting with Krishna on it. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks, Vishaka. We have the last but not the least, the artist in the list today is Denise.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes. Yes.
All right. I'm Denise, and thanks. I hope Preston's still awake. He's still with us. I have 3 pieces to show you today. This first one, this is called Tree of Witness. It's part of a series of trees that I'm working on. This is number 5 in the series. And I don't just draw just any trees. There's something always in particular about these trees that speak to me, that make me want to give their story to the rest of the world. Because there's something about trees, they carry their whole life story in their limbs and their bark and their knots and their holes and the way they grow. And this particular tree was it's an Osage orange. I found it took me a while to find out that was what kind of tree it was. And I found it in Central Park in New York City. And it occurred to me that, and I call it Tree of Witness, because it occurred to me that being in New York City in particular and Central Park, it's probably witnessed the full range of human nature, from the very best to the very worst, where it was situated. And so it has a lot to say. And there were just, no matter which side I turned to, there was more to see about this particular tree. I changed out the background altogether, because the original background in my reference photo was just a very boring sort of gray cityscape faded into the background that just drained all the life out of the tree. So I went through my reference photos to try to find one that showed a little bit of melancholy and a little bit of hope to it, to sort of go along with how I felt that the tree felt, a little bit of melancholy and a little bit of hope. So there's a lot of detail in it, a lot of color. The medium is colored pencil, and it's the actual image is 15 by 20 inches. And I've been very happy with how it turned out, and it's actually already sold. So let me show you my next piece. Very carefully set that one aside. So this one is graphite, and it's called The Angry Response. I guess I could bring it a little closer because it's a little bit smaller. Like so many of us, I have my own take on the lockdown, the coronavirus and everything. And yes, that's me. It's all very symbolic because of course you can tell which ones are the coronaviruses. But the idea behind this was that this gestated in the back of my head for several weeks because I felt so terrible and so helpless, so utterly helpless about what was going on as the cases increased. And so in this picture, the shears represent all the tools that we already have for fighting viruses and pandemics and so forth, all of which were utterly ineffectual in fighting against this thing. So it leads to all this frustration and anger about it. And since it's me in the picture, it represents how I feel about it as I try to do something and you can't do anything about it. And the shading in the background represents sort of vaguely the graph of the cases as they've increased in waves over time. And it was very cathartic to do this, but it's about time now for me to do another one because I have more feelings that are emerging about it all. But at any rate, that's what that one was about. This is graphite and it's 11 by 14 inches. So one more. So on a completely different note, but still in the same style, this is called Aloe Song. Aloe as in like aloe vera, the plants. This is something I did during the whole lockdown because I felt like I needed to do something that had a little bit of color to bring color back into life. Oh, that was one thing I forgot to mention about the angry response was I did that in black and white and graphite because I felt like the virus and the pandemic had just drained all the color and all the life out of the year. So it was appropriate to do that with black and white. After I did that one, I felt like I really needed to do something with some bright, happy color. Even though I wasn't feeling color, I was hoping that by doing color, it would improve my mood. And so I did this one. So it was all about light and color and the light shining through the leaves of the aloe plants. And just to have something wonderful to look at. So this is also 15 by 20 inches and it's colored pencil. And it was a lot of fun to do, but it took me a really long while. It took me about 4 months or something like that to finish just because life kept getting in the way. But yeah, so this isn't part of a series or anything. It was just something that I needed to do to improve my own mood. So that's it for me.
Good. Thanks, Dennis. So with that, we have covered all the, I think 25 artists because we had one could not present here. So we covered everyone. So this has been great. So I've recorded everything. So we will put them together sometime and then share it. With that, we can say we are done for today. So thanks, Kristen, for staying all along. So hopefully you enjoyed everything. So I hope hopefully it wasn't too long for you. So
no, it was absolutely wonderful. Well done. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow.
Yeah, great.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. One thing, so I want to make sure we capture this moment. I want to go Facebook Live and say, like, can we all say welcome to Impressions 2020 on Saturday, November 7th, 11 to 4 p.m.?
All that?
All together?
Okay, tell me what we can say. Welcome to Impressions 2020. So that should be sufficient. So let me try live. Where am I?
So everybody has to unmute.
Everybody has to unmute for this. Okay, go on to a page to manage.
Okay, there you go.
Namrata, you have to unmute.
I'm almost ready.
Oh, you need to unpin me.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay. Oh yeah. I don't realize because for me I'm seeing the gallery. Remove spotlight. So yeah, do you see everybody now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have 22. Okay. I'm just waiting for a moment to start. How do we say? So hi. We'll say hi everyone. Okay.
Count down.
Okay. Let's do.
1, 2, 3. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Impressions 2020. We can do it like that.
Okay. It's already live on Facebook.
It's already live.
Okay.
Let me stop. I don't want to just share like that. So okay. I'll tell you I'm going live so that you won't.
Shubha, we can actually go one by one quickly. Just everyone says one. Smoothly. In the same order, maybe.
No, it's hard. Like we'll just say, I'm just
At a time.
I'm going live so that it starts. So I don't want to see that. So going live and then hi everyone, welcome to FALC. Hi everyone, welcome to Impressions 2020. So just so I'm going to. Oh, every time I have to do this, is it? Okay, I didn't know that. 1 second. Let me set it up. And I'll go and delete the other one.
Can we not say hi everyone because that's too many words and we're gonna all start at different points.
That's a good point, Namrata.
Okay.
I think we can just say welcome to Impressions.
Welcome,
We all can wave hands. And
Let's
Shubha,
say
you-
welcome. That's all. That's all we need.
Okay. So we'll practice once and then I'll go live. Okay. So that's better. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to
everyone.
Impressions.
Sorry. Okay. Let's do that. It's okay if it goes wrong.
So what's the dialogue? Are we saying welcome as well?
Welcome.
How about if we all wave and you just talk and we don't talk?
Yeah, or
we all
Shubha
can wave hands.
say
That's a good
welcome
idea.
to,
We're all
and all of
gonna
us.
wave and one person is gonna talk.
Yeah, that's better.
Shubha, go ahead.
Go live now.
Going live now?
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Welcome to Impressions 2020. We are having this program tomorrow on Saturday, November 7th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. See you all there.
All right.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Preston.
Thank you,
Preston.
Thank you, Shama.
Thank you,
See
Preston.
you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Preston.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
So much.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Preston,
Bye.
and thanks, steering committee.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Preston.
Good
Thank
night.
you,
Everybody,
everyone.
thank you. Thank you.
Preston.
Shubha,
Yeah. Yes.
you want to hang on so we
Yeah.
can talk to this?
Yes. Hang on. Maybe we can take a little break and come back. Maybe I'll just get some water.